Green and toasty smells rose all around him, obscuring for a moment the stale grease smell of his fur. Carazello lifted his muzzle, testing the breeze. Left and right he jogged, always toward the sound of humans. There they stood now, calling over the vines to each other, divided from him by a rock wall. He trotted around the wall, looking for a tumble of rocks that marked the entrance. The dog started to enter, to join the fray, wondering if scraps of panini might be left about, as they often were during the olive harvest. He stopped and sat, watching. The people within the wall enclosure wielded flashing implements. Wresting huge bunches of grapes from the vines, they tossed them into waiting wooden crates. A voice warbled, and as the rest of the workers caught the melody, a song rose over the vines. A man's voice threaded among and between the others, a golden chord, holding the song together. The voices soared along with the breeze, and the one-eyed dog carried on, picking his way past the brambles to enter the olive groves. The light seemed to part to allow him entrance. As his tail waved like a ragged flag, the curtain closed behind him with a boom audible enough to make the swallows shiver, and the workers in the grapevines look up in confusion. Before they laughed, their voices rising into that hallowed blue light of Santa Lucia. Bea pushed open the door to Barbebo. "Buongiorno, Chiara. You recover from the vendemmia?" Barbebo's owner, Chiara, laughed in lieu of a response as she brushed the caramel-colored hair from her forehead. "Ciao, Bea. Cappuccino stamattina." Bea heaved her impressive bulk onto a stool. "Sì, grazie." Chiara bustled behind the counter, grinding beans, opening a carton of milk as she spoke over her shoulder. "I thought you would be there." Harumphing, Bea reached for the sugar packets. "I'm too old for that. Paid my dues." Frothing the milk, Chiara smiled. "Luciano was there." Bea shook her sugar packet. "No surprise. He wouldn't miss it. All those beloved children in one place." She lowered her voice. "How are they?" Chiara served Bea her cappuccino. "It's hard to say. Sometimes they laugh and play and it's easy to forget. But then one of them cries and it's a chain reaction. Poor babies. What an ordeal." Bea tipped sugar into her cappuccino. "No word on Massimo, I suppose?" Chiara shook her head. "Nothing, and I'm sure Isotta and Ava would love to know if he died in the shipwreck." Bea snorted and stirred her coffee. Laughing, Chiara said, "I know, after Magda's husband came back from the dead." Bea used her spoon to gesture at Chiara. "Not her husband, his twin. Keep up, Chiara." Chiara raised her hand to greet Patrizia as she said, "Keeping up has become complicated." Patrizia hung her sweater, then turned to the women. "You talking about Gustav? Or Karl, I mean?" Bea took a sip of her café, muttering, "I've never seen twins so identical." Patrizia asked, "How was the vendemmia?" Chiara began grinding more coffee beans. "A glorious day. Bruno stopped by and said he couldn't believe the vines produced so many grapes, given that no one ever sprayed them. That soil." Nodding, Bea said, "My husband says the same. Mildew can't get a foothold in sandy soil." She thought for a moment. "Did Ale get the grapes typed?" Chiara shook her head. "A professor from the University of Perugia comes next week." Patrizia mused. "Maybe they're French." Bea frowned and turned toward her. "French? Why French?" Patrizia shrugged. "Or from across the Adriatic, Croatia or something. They have to be from somewhere far away if Bruno doesn't recognize them." Bea grumbled. "Or from a long time ago. You know the stories." Patrizia accepted her cappuccino.